All right. Oh, wrong chart. Okay. Don't wanna keep saying what I've been saying. Let's just go back to the day, Friday. So Thursday and Friday, they got these shit candles because we had high impact news, very high impact. So you can see we got this down and up, and it closed in the middle somewhere, and it's down and up, closed in the middle. It's not like straight days like this where you can catch these, unlike this one, where you can catch these moves. Anyway, so let's get into the 4 hour. Let's get into this shitty fucking day. It's like no price action. Anyway, so the market opened right here. This is the market open candle. So I'll mark that out just so we could see what happened this past day. We swept this liquidity. This wick was kind of unnecessary. Even though we were bullish on the day, this wick was unnecessary because it didn't sweep this. Wait, let me see this high. 050. 05. So it actually created an equal high. These two are equal. And we move into the hourly. It's just fucking chop, 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 chop. But believe it or not, there were some moves you could catch. There was some moves. So as we said the previous day, like I think it was 2 days ago or 3. I don't know. It was in some other video. I had this low marked out. It came, swept that low, created this fair value gap. And as you can see, it respected it. So I was playing off that. It respects this. Didn't even close underneath half and wick through the rest, so that was respected. And we created this fair value gap as well, planning to go higher on the news. So we kind of retraced into that one a little bit. I don't want to keep this here because it looks clogged up, but as you can see, we also respected this one, you know, planning to go higher. So that was what I took my demo trade off of. And then we go into the 15-minute. Here, let me just see. Also, so I'll get rid of these, but this is market open. I'll make this more clear. That's market open, and we had these highs. So we had this 4 a.m. high. So we had these pre-market highs that we were aiming for, and it swept it out and went further, swept out this one as well, but it didn't even close above it. So technically, we did break structure to the upside and then broke back structure to the downside. And then if we got to close above this, we've qualified for a break structure to the upside. We kind of didn't, so it was just like a consolidation. This was just news. You can see there's a wick here. Anyway, I saw that we created this fair value gap in pre-market right there, and we can move down. So I know it seems like there's a line here. This is kind of confusing, but I had those lines marked out from back here. It's just, I guess, fuck it, we could get rid of that. I guess it kind of just wanted to create an equal here, but it did sweep out this one. So this was another point of liquidity here. So you could have said here, and then it fell. But I don't know. I don't like doing that. I feel like these are the higher time frame highs it should have taken out. This was just all news, like this whole shit was just news. These were really the highs I was playing off of. This one and this one. So we rallied up, and then we just fell. Fucking steep. And so I knew that this was like news bluff, and then I knew that this had to like rebalance the news kind of, and then this would have been actually where the price action's going. But you can see it was real choppy. Like, this is hard to catch a good trade in because there's really no entries. Additionally, we had this downside fair value gap, so you'd think, oh, why don't you catch a down move? But when you understand where the price is going, because it looks like, oh, respecting, and then boom, doesn't respect it. But when you know where price is going, that's why daily bias is important. Because when you know where price is going, like, I had my biases bullish, so you could have said, fucking bullshit. You could have said, oh, now it could be going down. It kind of broke structure to the downside. And to me, I was like, I wasn't really for all that. And market opened right here. Market opened on this candle. So it was a shit market open. You know what I mean? Especially for someone's bias who's bullish. So I just waited till like fucking, I think almost 1 o'clock or 12:45, yeah. And I kind of had to go into the lower time frame because once all this played out, I was like, okay, I know that we want to work higher. I know that we don't really want to work lower. That was just from news. Even though news came out bullish. So I had these liquidity marked out, never got touched. I'll change the color so you don't get confused. And I'll get rid of this high. And then I had these liquidities marked out. And I had this liquidity marked out. And so these two ended up getting touched. And I believe I took this off either the 5-minute confluence. Yeah, I think I took it over here. So I saw that. I mean, these candles are fucking trash. This, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? And there was no gaps you could play within. It was just all covered. It was smeared. Even on the 5-minute where there should be gaps. So it looked trash. Right? So I kind of just played off a 5-minute break of structure. That was all I had. So this broke structure to the upside. I think I entered before it broke structure to the upside though. And there was a reason for that. Oh, sorry. If it's a break of structure, I kind of just want to make it look like this so you can see it. So this was a break of structure to the upside. Or I believe actually, I don't know if it was this one I looked at or if it was these. 7, 6. Alright, but they're equal, but that still considers a break of structure to the upside. But I remember I was looking at these, so I didn't even look at that. So broke structure to the upside, and I remember on the 1-minute there was something. And I don't usually like going purely off the 1-minute, but I saw this, right? So I saw it every time before it chops, like this was a big move down, and then it came back up, fell down, and these created unprotected highs, right? Unprotected highs broke structure to the upside. And so once it broke structure to the upside, I was like, okay, so we could go scale down, find a 1-minute entry, and I saw this big fair value gap I was playing within. So this fair value gap, and I wick down into this one, that's fine. As long as it doesn't close underneath the fair value gap, then you're good. So this fair value gap, I waited like a couple minutes. I was waiting here, and I saw this big move up. And I was like, okay. And I think I took it off of one of these candles. I saw it did a retest, and I saw it was moving away. I think I took it like here. Let me look at the screenshot. Yeah, so I actually took it right off of that candle. I took it right here. Let me zoom in. As you can see where that line is, and that little black, little short doji. Anyway, so I entered it there. And I had my stops. So usually you're supposed to put your stop like right here, underneath the low, that fair value gap, or at least here. And I think I had it here for a little bit, but once it started to move away, I kind of moved it back up here into the halfway point. So it's like, okay, if it's up here, I don't want to see it fall and retest this at, it's like if it's going to stop me out, it will. So I had my high here. I just wanted to take a nice little trade. I could have targeted these. These were kind of obvious it was going to hit. But I just wanted to go for the low-hanging fruit. And this one was definitely going to get hit. And usually, if this one's going to get hit, this one's definitely going to get fucking hit. It's right there. And, if this was like, if I had multiple contracts, or if I wasn't with my girlfriend and fucking doing shit, I wouldn't have normally I would have entered same spot, but I wouldn't have only just taken this one take profit. I would have gone for more. First, this would have been the first. I would have taken like half my position off, and then this would have been my second, and then whatever I leave, I would have probably done for my third and fourth, or if I went at 3, I probably would have done this fair value gap here, the top of this one. Because if it's going to reject down, which it did, it's going to do it off of this, and it's not going to close above it. So I'd rather claim some take profit at a higher price. And so that would have left you with a nice 1 to 3, but this one just left me with a 1 to 1.8, which is still a solid trade. It was a demo news day, so it was like, alright, fuck it, whatever. Almost 1 to 2. You want to aim for like a trade like this, minimum, kind of. Not minimum, but you kind of want to aim for this. It's a solid trade, a 1 to 2. And 1 to 3 is a great trade. And so yeah, it fell, and that was it. That was how I took my trade. What you really have to understand is a couple things. Time of day, and it's kind of a lot of market experience. You wanna understand what news does. And kind of it added confidence seeing that it never swept this high. So it's like, okay, so this was all kind of irrelevant. Could have said this, but it's really not a higher time frame high. Like this is a 1 hour high, this is a 1 hour high, this is just a fucking 1 hour candle. And it's also 4 hour highs. It was just a news day, so it was trash. But managing to pull a trade through a news day, I'm impressed with myself. And I'll take it. That's it. You kind of just gotta know fair value gaps, breaker structure, liquidity sweep, equilibrium. Like, if you guys ever want to know, let me know. I'll make a fucking whole boot camp video.